I don't know about perfect, but I definitely, kind of looking back on it, I think it was definitely the right route for me. I needed a little bit more time to kind of figure out my game and kind of grow into my body and get a lot stronger. So, now I have my degree and it's all about hockey.
Do you feel like it's clicked for you, what it takes to become a pro?
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely the time in NCAA helps you kind of, hone in your skills and develop your game, and not only on the ice, but how to be professional as well. So,
what were kind of some of the parameters discussed before you signed with Detroit?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like where you would fit in, kind of what would be your role this coming season, or?
I got a shot to make the NHL, and I just got to have a good summer and work on a few things, and that's about it.
What do you think you need to work on?
For me, it's more about skating, not necessarily technique or anything, more about stamina and just a few things. But I've been working with a skating coach in Detroit, so I'll be working with her all summer, and should be good in the fall.
From the time that you were drafted to the time you ended your college career, how would you say your play evolved or progressed, or how were you able to kind of gain so much traction as far as moving up the depth charts in terms of prospects?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just I needed time. I'm just one of those kids who kind of developed a little bit later. I was a little bit later to puberty. A lot of guys are shaving at 12 years old, and I'm not yet. So I think a lot of it was just growing into my body, and then when you start to get that little bit of that man strength, everything kind of comes together from there.
What do you think you can ultimately bring to an NHL team? Like, what are your assets?
I'm a goal scorer. I know where to go, and I can shoot off the pass pretty good, which I think is how most goals are scored in the NHL right now, which is good for me. So, to be effective at that level, I just need to be able to accelerate and be hard on pucks and get open. And if the NHL guys are good enough to find you.
So maybe the biggest challenge going in is just, going from college to whatever level of pro hockey, just the grind, adjusting to that, and
yeah.
It's like it was a struggle for Danny DeKaiser, just keeping on weight and such, that making the jump from college to pros.
Yeah, I've actually heard a little of both. I've heard it's a lot harder for some people, and I heard a lot of guys like it a lot more because there's less practices and more games. And college sometimes practices are harder than games, so that'll just kind of be a feeling out process, and something I'll learn on the way.
Wings have talked a lot about your quick release and your shot. Do you liken it to anybody in the NHL? Or do you compare it to anybody's?
I try to play like James Neal a little bit. I'm a huge fan of his, how he gets the puck off real quick, shoots from anywhere, and I'm not quite as physical as he is, but that's something I'd like to work on. And like I said, I'm a shooter, and so try to model my game after somebody like that.
When did he become someone you looked up to?
Sorry, what was that?
When did he become someone you kind of modeled your game after?
I think probably when he had his breakout year in Pittsburgh there, I think he had 40 goals, and I think that's when a lot of people started to kind of notice how good he was at scoring, so yeah.
Was that something that you were always good at, or it just came to you later when you got stronger?
Yeah, it was always something I was pretty good at. I shot pucks every morning before school when I was 5 years old, so I actually played defense growing up, and then I wanted to be more of a scorer because I liked it so much, so I made the switch to forward.